Welcome back, Minecraft Anon episode 4. As you can see, things are getting a little bad. We've already talked about the main village. I even missed some stuff in the village. I realized there's an entire system that I built in for survival mode that I'm going to have to go back and show you. And then we moved on and looked at a couple of build out places. I even missed a few. It doesn't even include FarmCo. We haven't even gone over and looked at FarmCo yet, which was built before I built the airport. And now we're on to the airport. But since we're on the airport, let's move on. So let's head back over here. No planes coming. And we will go over to this rail station. The rail station is a loop. And we'll take off. This goes on for a little while. Still got to do the tunnel. The tunnel needs to be redone. Some of the brickwork is in, but a lot of it's not. And here is the first station. We're going to hop off here. You can go to the Jungle Overlook Park on your own. It's a really nice view to see the city. We're going to leave that for now. And there's a lot to do here. So there are some shops here in development. The first thing I built was this green monstrosity of a building. I don't know what I'm going to put in it. I don't even know if I'm going to leave it standing. I kind of like the stairs. And it's got a 3-story atrium. I just don't know if I like the rest of the building. It's kind of hideous. Alright. So that was the first building I built. With the idea that, you know, there's other things building here. What I want to show you, and this is really cool. A lot of you guys already know this stuff. So this building, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go backspace. Let's go ahead and get the lights off here. And you notice it's not getting any darker in this room. That's because you probably already know this. Is I've got torches in the ground, and they are every other block, and the carpet does not block the light, so I can light these internally without having lights, which I really like, and I hope that's not something they fix for the lighting. This one was kind of cool. I did every other block in a checkerboard pattern, and one of the side benefits I didn't realize was going to happen was I've got this optical illusion. It looks like the carpet is continuously going up. And really, it's just every other carpet. I'm going to have to fix that. Hold on. 1 second, please. Oh, really? So yeah, every other one. And I know how to right... Oh, and I know how to right-click. I really do. All right, let's try that again. Okay. And I'll add some stuff in here. But, the lighting is really great here. You don't have to worry about mobs spawning directly in the building. Okay. Park. The other end of that park, it actually goes off into that area. These buildings are a recent addition. I just added them. Let's take a look. This is the most recent thing I've done on the server here. And that is there'll be some shops here. And then... second floor apartments with back stairs that allow you to take this. So what we're going to look at today is something my son saw and then decided that's really when I needed help. This line is a spur off the line we were just on. And no, it's not the brown building. That thing's got really, really bad with the brown building. That's not even... Brown building. Not going to talk about the brown building. I'll talk about the brown building later. Alright, here's the station. I'm going to hop off. Let that go. What I built instead was this. I was going to start off... I put down these columns and I said, hey, I'm going to make myself a cathedral. And realized I really don't like building cathedrals. And what I realized was, except for these cross beams, it started to look like the Met. So I said, okay, I'm going to build a theater. So, there's the motif is carried with the pillars at the front here for check-in. I guess the chicken works here. We're going to go up the stairs to the balcony. Balcony's got its own bar. And here it is. So, wooden stairs with, side rails. You've seen that before. And then the main theater. Let's go down there. I tried putting in a railing for that balcony, and nothing looked good. It's just too high, and you couldn't see the stage. The stage is just perfectly aligned to where you can still see the stage and just barely see some of the orchestra. So, I've hidden some of the lighting by putting it in and then putting a carpet over the top of it. So, even from the back, it still looks really well lit. There's side lights as well to fill things in. And little gates. And conductor podium, orchestra, and then a stage, which has had some really weird things happen on it. That's a future video. Here's one thing. My son on this server is just, he gets doing crazy stuff, and luckily I've been recording for a lot of that. So yeah, here it is, big theater. I've got some lights here. I'm going to go back in, rip out the top here, put in catwalks. I've only barely fleshed out back of house. Yeah, I like theater and performing arts, so this was fun. This was a one-night build, so this was all done in one night. Let me check the time here, because it starts to get bad. We're only 6 minutes in. I think we're going to be able to look at the 3 biggest builds I've got. So when I was done here, I realized I wanted something else, which, this is the grassy area. It's got some trees here. And I built this open-air auditorium. I like the back here. I live in Colorado, and so this reminded me of Red Rocks, although it doesn't have the flare, it doesn't have the rocks along the side. I did build this, so... And the note blocks made really good speakers. There's lighting hidden behind here, and, you pretty much got an unobstructed view all the way across. The zombies seem to like it anyway. And there's a big high security gate here, because you can probably tell there's some industry over there, but that's for later. No, it's not for later. Let's do that now, because that really was the next thing to get built. They're very plain. I haven't done much to it. Apologies. I know you probably want to see more polished stuff, but let's forget that and get off my docks. This is going to require us flying a little bit here. So, hey, bonus points to anybody in the comments if you know what that ship should be carrying, what type of ship that is. Leave your comments. Very specific cargo that does not exist in Minecraft. So, let's change this back. So at this point, I'm using MC Edit to carve out the land, as you can tell. So I wanted to have a channel that was big enough to handle these ships. At this point, there's going to be a lighthouse. I don't know if it's on that barren patch where I first put it, or if I'm going to put it on top of this hill here. I have not decided yet. Probably need to clean up this hill here as well. I can do that by hand. This is all carved out, and then auto-filled with water. If you haven't played with MC Edit's a great little program. Alright, so we've got that ship there. This is the outline of a small cruise ship. I got to come back and do that. It may become a bigger ship. It just depends how much space I need. From a distance, the pipe for that ship looks really good, but really, if you come up to it, it's hay bales. Just because it gives him that striped look like it's a pipe. I may find a replacement for that. Had to fill in most of this water, but I left this part in right here. Now we talk about the latest build. So this is the latest build, and I'm going to give it to you the way you would be entering it normally instead of flying through it. This took a while, and this was a housemate of mine thought I was really crazy when he saw me working on this. So if you haven't figured out, this is the entertainments district of the town. There's going to be an entire housing district I haven't built. So here we are at our very own natatorium. Olympic pool, as it were. So we've got starter blocks. And actually, yep. So we've got a 6-lane pool, starter blocks. The whole pool is made out of the light blue wool. And then lighting. And again, like I did... down in the little shops I showed you just a little while ago in order to light it. I'm lighting it with this ridge here, so it actually lights up really well at night. And of course, we couldn't pass this up. Had to make some compromises here. There's no light on this beam because you'd hit your head if you were a diver. It's pretty bad as it is. Okay. Yeah, so this was the craziest build I've done lately, and I've got bigger builds planned too. I'm not trying to go bigger, but it just seems to be the size I want means bigger. I'll show you at some point what I'm talking about. The future plans are. This was all exposed when I used MC Edit to basically scrape the land. So I've got to figure out. I've got to fill all this back in. On this point over here, there's probably going to be a house overlooking all of this. So let's take a flight. So here's what I've got so far. There's the theater. Back of house is slightly lower than the main part of the theater. I've got the Olympic pool. And I've got the outdoor auditorium and the harbor, and that's where we're at right now. Oh, yeah, you're probably wondering about that. So let me show you, while we've got a little time here, we've got a few minutes left, show you a couple things here. First, we do have a plane coming in. It's just decorative. It's not functional. You can't put anybody in it. I wanted something that looked like, that you could see as a silhouette from the ground. It looked good. And then here's those lights I was talking about. So you've got the lights leading all the way into the runway. So it's a bit of a challenge. Not as big a challenge as takeoff, but you do have to miss that if you're coming in. Oh, a helicopter. The plane's mine, the helicopter's mine, but a lot of what I'm going to show you up here is not mine. So, if you're on the helicopter pad, this will teleport you directly inside the helicopter. You can see there's where we're headed. This will take you back down to the helipad we were just at, Metro Helipad, and now we go on to the Sky City helipad. Helipad. It's not a helipad. Here we are. So here's the city. You can look down the plane. Okay. Or we can fall off to our death. One of the two. And my son built all this. So I was really just... He built the coolest bridge. I just got to show that off. I don't know where he got that design, but it's really nice. And then he built this little ticketing station. So these are departures. Boarding's kind of nice. You can actually go down here. Although it's scary to walk around in this thing. And this will take you straight to the helicopter again. And then he wanted help. So I did a little bit here. The fountain's his. He built this platform. He built all the bridges, of course. And he wanted a couple of houses. So I built this derpy little house on the left. And he's like, I don't like your derpy little house, Dad. Okay, well, it's just a derpy little house. You want a derpy little house? He said, no, I want something more modern, so I built this thing. And it's got a modern kitchen, kind of like my own kitchen back at my house. It's got a small porch for overlooking the jungle. Originally, there was a water feature that flowed back down to the city, and Evan thought that was like the toilet, because there is a toilet. That was the outflow from the toilet. I'm like, no, it's not the outflow from the toilet. And we got to do a double wide closet. I did leave a water feature. I put a different water feature in. And I put in this water feature. So there's a little fence here so you can't fall. He's going to build this out, and he's going to keep building away from the city because this Sky City causes some severe problems, as you can tell right there. If this wasn't in water, so we've got mobs spawning already, middle of the day. And there's a couple other areas that get shadowed pretty bad, like right here. I noticed I was building this the other day, and it was raining, and no rain was hitting here, so I guess I'll advertise these as rain-free apartments. So this is all going to get built out, and that is actually all the further I am right now. I've got an area over there I've got carved out, ready to go. And I'm going to have to do a lot of building before I record the next episode. I appreciate you watching. This one might be a little short, might be a little long. Haven't checked the time on this one. If you like it, please click like. Otherwise, I would really appreciate subscribe too. That'll help me out. and I will come back when I've got a little more built out. Thanks for watching.